Hey guys, we haven't changed our clothes and we're here for day 3 of E3.
I just wore the same thing as yesterday.
You know what?
Actually,
I didn't even leave.
I didn't shower.
No,
I'm disgusting.
I just stood right here and the janitors just cleaned around.
It's just been so busy. Yeah. They just left the spot.
Yeah. In fact,
here.
I didn't even go anywhere for day 3 of E3. I just stayed here the whole time waiting for this shoot to happen. No, actually, that's not true.
No, it was another busy day.
It was busy, and it's over.
Thankfully.
Thank God it's over.
Thankfully, but not thankfully. I mean, I enjoy my time, but man, is it tiring. We got a lot of running around.
I like seeing the stuff.
Sure.
But I like going home more.
Oh, man.
I like going home more than, So
still,
all right.
We did see a lot of good things today. I don't know about you, but I saw a lot of good stuff today, too.
Okay. Well, actually, I managed to get through quite a few things. Some of which we shared, I think, because I'm pretty sure that I saw you at a few of the things that I was at.
That's right.
But let's get underway. This time, I got a chance to play Alien Isolation.
Oh, and what were your thoughts? Because you were critical.
That's the thing is, I was worried about the story, and obviously when you're just playing a short gameplay clip, that's really not going to it's like allay any fears about that.
That's right.
But it is going to give you a taste of what the actual gameplay is like, and
right.
I have to admit I was tense.
Yeah. You were sufficiently scared?
I was. The guys on staff were a little concerned because they thought I wasn't. Because I guess this is the thing, is that when I start concentrating on playing a game, I pretty much become like a statue.
Yeah, you zone in.
So yeah, I zone in. So even though I was tense and I was oh, okay, that was pretty creepy, I wasn't actually displaying it. So the guys were sitting there thinking, this guy's totally bored, isn't he?
Either that or they thought you were made of steel.
Yeah, well, I mean,
nothing scares this man. Nothing.
No, it's like day one, isn't it? Like with me and Fantasia, and how they thought, it's like, you are not having any fun, are you? It's like, no, I'm just concentrated.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, I just don't like it, but yeah. So I did play it, and just the fact that you were completely powerless, and
you have to pick every step.
Yeah, there was. I don't know about you, but there was a moment when all I could do was just hide under a desk, and the alien came along, and all I could see were the legs. And
did you have to hold your breath?
I did not have to hold my breath for that, but I had to watch as its tail came whipping around, and then eventually settled down between my feet, and then I was just looking at it. And even though there was no option to hold your breath in the game, in real life I was like.
It's doing what it needs to do. It's doing it right.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I was very impressed with that. Okay.
Nice.
Another thing, which I guess we can both talk about, is Lords of the Fallen.
Oh man,
we both got a chance to play Lords of the Fallen from Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
The last time, actually, we both only saw a demonstration.
That's right,
we didn't get a chance to play.
We were both together there in Vegas, and we saw it. But yeah, now we got to actually play what was shown.
Yeah. So how was your experience of that?
I liked it.
Okay.
I think it's definitely because there's going to be that inevitable comparison to Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. It's not as punishing, but it's also, I found it's a little bit slower moving. You're going to really need to learn your combat with this one. You're going to really need to take your time and learn how each weapon plays and how to pick your attacks.
Did you die repeatedly?
I died so many times.
Okay,
I actually got to a point where I was running just to try and avoid combat. I wanted to fight the champion.
Okay.
And so I would run. I would actually sprint past the few enemies after you respawn.
Okay.
So the gate would close.
Okay.
So I could fight. And I still couldn't beat the champion, man. I gave it a go, but he's a tough SOB.
You got to know your weapons.
That's
and
right.
You got to know the combos. And since they drop us into the middle of the game, because it was the same thing with me. I played it the same way that I play Demon Souls and Dark Souls, which is I cheesed it a lot.
You have to. It's hard.
Where I would shoot off a fireball, which does damage over time, and then I would scurry back and let it do its thing, wait for my mana to regenerate.
With your tail between your legs.
Yeah, with my tail between me. Yeah, wait for my mana to regenerate, then just poke back out, pick him again with the fire a few more times, and then that's how I was killing people.
I still didn't beat him.
Yeah.
But I think it looks good, though. It does look good. Yeah. I think it shows a lot of potential. I think they still have a fair amount of development time ahead of them, though, too. So we'll probably see changes, but it's shaping up to be good, and I think fans of Dark Souls will like it.
Okay. So what else have you seen?
Today I managed to sit down and see Sunset Overdrive, which was really, really cool.
Did you see it or play it?
I did both.
Okay, so
I did both.
So
it's really fun. Obviously, I mean, people are seeing all the bright lights and but that's not always easy to come by. The big fancy explosions. You really need to play dangerously to earn those. They don't just happen for you.
All right.
They're perks, and it's easy to play, hard to master because you're constantly on the go. You cannot stop moving.
Is this a multiplayer game or were you?
Well, they do have multiplayer option. What they have is a mode called Chaos Squad, where it's an 8-player co-op. So you know, and doing different things over the course of it. You know, sometimes you're protecting something, sometimes you're collecting icons, whatever the case might be. But if you stop for even a second, you're meat. You're fodder. So it's constantly moving. It's very fluid. I mean, a lot of parkour type elements, but it's easy to take in, easy to get your hands on. But it will be difficult to master. But I think people are going to like it. Okay, I really do.
All right. I got a chance to sit down and play Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Crap, I played that today too.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, it's like, okay. So which class were you?
You know what? I don't even remember. I had the shield, which was really
okay. So
cool.
that was like Athena, the Siren.
The Siren,
which is what it's like. I'm all about the Siren. You know, it's like the past 2 Borderland games. I always play the Siren.
Yes.
Because I love the elemental damage that you do with that, and it was the same thing here. I'm not 100% sold on the gravity and the low gravity yet. I don't know how you feel about it, but I was like,
I liked it because it adds something different. You know, I got up in one point and I was floating, and I had about 5 or 6 of these hounds below me that I smashed into and obliterated. So I can see some elements of that are fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I even said to the guy when we walked out of there, it's amazing to me. I've upgraded my consoles. I've got my PS4. I've got my Xbox One. But I love the fact that I can still play games that look that good.
Yeah.
On my 360.
Well, the cell shading helps. I mean, it's
my goodness, it's so pretty to look at. And I think, you know, there's just some different elements we haven't seen in Borderlands, and maybe that'll help refresh it.
And it's still hilarious.
Oh,
I mean, if you had a chance to listen to the dialogue, it's just off the hook. And it's just crazy.
We count on them to do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when we eventually see that next gen, or current gen, that current gen Borderlands come up, I mean, if they don't carry over that same humor, it won't do well. I don't think so.
Anthony Birch,
still funny.
Yeah, I just
keep
going with that, Anthony.
That's right. Keep doing what you do. You're doing it right.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I also I didn't actually get to play it, but it lasted for 36 minutes. This is probably the highlight for me. Was
your Dragon Age.
Dragon Age Inquisition, because I love BioWare, and you know, it's like I love their games, and I've really been kind of hoping that this one wouldn't suck, because I was a bit disappointed with Dragon Age 2.
They're back on track, aren't they?
It was really, really impressive. Yeah, the environments are huge. The story is still there. They're not repeating the same dungeon 6 times and trying to fool you into thinking it's a different one.
So you don't have to wander around Kirkwall constantly for 60 hours?
That's right. It's like it's a huge, gigantic land. The thing that I really liked was that they this only means something to Dragon Age fans. They showed off a character that was a female Kunari mage, which, if you're a Dragon Age fan, you know, it's like, they've had the Kunari before, but they've never shown off the girls, so that was kind of like...
we haven't seen any.
Okay,
and we all know, too, with Dragon Age, we do have the return of Morgan, which makes me so happy.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't put in any appearance in this particular segment. Liliana did. Liliana was there.
Yeah, well, I'm all right with her, too.
Yeah, so everybody is, yeah.
No, that one is. I agree with you. Then that one was one of the ones that I was most looking forward to. I unfortunately didn't get to sit down. I have to admit, I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm glad that everybody seems to be saying good things. That's one I'll be looking out for.
Yeah. It looks like it's on track. You know, it's like before I was really, really worried, but now I'm walking away thinking, this is probably going to be okay.
That's excellent news.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, I think I had a great E3. How about you?
I had a tiring E3.
I think everybody has a tiring E3.
I think I'm too old for it to be great anymore.
I don't want to count the blisters on my feet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be far. Well, actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna take my shoes off, because with the amount of walking I've done, I'm pretty sure they stink too. It's just been on my feet far too much.
Yep.
So I think with that, I'm ready to take a nap.
We are ready to go back.
All right.
That's day 3, E3. It's over.
Take care, folks.
See ya.